Captain, my captain. It is David Wright. Good to see you, David.
Good to be seen.
You look fantastic. I know there's a lot going on around you right now, so let us and everybody else know how you're feeling.
Yeah, so far so good. You know, it's been a good first few days. I've been down here now for about a month, and never thought bunt plays and rundowns would be fun, but they're fun for me because I haven't been on the baseball field for so long. So,
yep.
But the health is, you know, so far so good, and easing into it. But you know, it's a lot of fun to be out here around the guys.
You mentioned easing in, and I know throwing is something you're really easing into. So how does that progress in your eyes?
Well, so far we've thrown twice, and it's been every other day. You know, and it's just like I guess a pitcher for the first time picking up a ball and you know, kind of stretching it out. So you know, you kind of do the same distance a couple times, and you start moving it back a little bit, increasing, you know, repetition, a few more throws here and there, and you know, hopefully soon I'll be throwing on the field and throwing to some bases.
Yeah, I tell you, one thing I've noticed is that as hard as you work, and we keep hearing the work involved in getting ready and the work from the rehab, all this work, what do you do for fun?
Baseball is fun. The games are fun. You know, all the work before it sometimes gets a little brutal, but once I get on the field and get with the guys, that's the fun part. Like I said, I've never enjoyed bunt plays or, you know, doing the team fundamentals on the backfields, but the first couple of days I've really enjoyed it because I'm get a chance to be out there, be one of the guys.
And being on this roster, have you been on a team this deep, this complete?
Incredible. Not just the depth that we have, but the character guys that we have. You know, we walking into that clubhouse every day, we have a great time, we have fun, we get our work done. But you mentioned the depth. I mean, you're talking about guys that probably would be starting on pretty much every other team, you know, but on this team we got guys, you know, playing different types of roles because they enjoy being here. You know, this has become a destination where free agents want to come here, guys that have been here want to stay here, as you've seen. And I don't think it's coincidence that we haven't had much turnover from last year. You know, I think the front office and ownership have identified this group as the group, and they did everything in their power to keep this group together. So it's great coming in and seeing those familiar faces.
I read and heard where the manager, Terry Collins, said he thought at this time this year, offensively, you look better than you did at this time last year. Do you feel that same way?
Well, I feel more confident for what it takes to get ready on a daily basis. Last year was kind of a trial period where, you know, I didn't know, you know, about the back thing, how much work it took. You know, maybe I was overworking that and then getting on the baseball field and not preparing the way I needed to maybe on the field. But this year I feel like I have a better sense of what I'm up against and, you know, how long it takes to get ready, what exercises work, what exercises don't particularly work. So I feel a little more comfortable now with my back.
Now, being the captain of the team and you're not able to perform physically, what are the things that you can do to help this team out if you can't be on the field?
Well, I mean, that's another thing that we talked about. The guys in the clubhouse, you're talking about Neil Walker, Jose Reyes, Jay Bruce. I mean, they're bringing in high-quality people. You know, Yoenis. I mean, we got guys that really are leaders in that clubhouse. And you know, even on days where, you know, one of them's not playing, or, you know, last year when I wasn't playing for an extended period of time, you know, you can bring it to the table in other ways. You can, you know, help Jay Bruce with different pitchers in our division that maybe he wasn't familiar with. You know, you can help some of the younger pitchers with some of the more veteran hitters in our division that maybe they weren't familiar with. So, you know, I think there's a lot to be said for, you know, coming into that clubhouse, walking into that clubhouse on a daily basis and enjoying what you do. And I think that shows on the field.
I know for me, one of the things that I was watching for was that reunion with you and Jose. I know he talks about it as you're his big brother.
Yeah.
For you, what's it like to be back with him and in uniform?
It's awesome, you know, and I would never say this to him, so hopefully he never sees it, but what a tremendous teammate, a tremendous, you know, individual, a tremendous player. So to be reunited with him and to really go out there, he makes baseball fun. He certainly does. So even more fun than it is. So when you get a chance to go out there and just mess around with him, it almost feels like it's, you know, doing these drills. It's fun. It's work, but it's fun when you're next to him because, you know, just the laughing, the joking around. You know, and I think for me at least, I get a chance to learn from him quite a bit because he's a tremendous athlete, a tremendous player, and it's great to have him back.
So let's finish on this, David. I think there's some question, are you going to be ready for opening day? I would imagine in your mind, you're not sure either. But what's your take on that?
Well, that's certainly the goal. You know, I can't tell you, you know, how I'm going to feel tomorrow or next week or the week after that. But what I can tell you is, you know, kind of the game plan, you know, sitting down with the doctors and the trainers that we've mapped it out to where, you know, assuming everything goes well, that I'll be out there or I'll be ready. So that's certainly the goal coming into camp and something that, you know, 3 days in, so far so good.
Well, it's great to see you here. Great to visit with you for a little bit. Hope it's a great spring and a great 2017 for you.
Thanks, Gary.